Hey guys, here we are, DC Autotronics in Escondido, California with another build. This is for a 2000 Toyota 4runner. Let's get started. Exos, for those of you who've been watching, you know these are phenomenal. For those of you that haven't, these are our Exo series. Dual voice coil, rated at 600 watts, 300 RMS. Dual voice coil, 4 ohms. For those of you that have been watching, you know that we installed 2 of these, in our last build, and we installed 2 of these in a 2011 Dodge Challenger, which she does 137 decibels. She does compete with the car, but the thing is, it's only off a 12-volt system. What does that mean? Well, she's only running it off a stock battery. So we're doing the same thing here. Let's start with the amplifier. This is the new VFL 2680. It does come with the bass knob. Really quick, let me just show you that the inputs on these are 4 gauge, not 8 gauge, but 4 gauge. So this amplifier runs at 1,380 RMS at 1 ohm. It is going to be running on a 12-volt setup, so we're probably going to see close to about 1,000. Only because of the fact we know what this will put out on a 12-volt system with an older vehicle. Again, this is our testing. This is not American-based testing. This is ours. So you're probably looking at maybe about 1,100 RMS. Divide that by 2, and that's what these woofers will be seeing at 1 ohm. Let's get to the SQ 500, which is a 2-channel, not a 4-channel. Again, it is a 2-channel, not a 4-channel. And the inputs are also 4 gauge. The only thing is these take ring terminals versus just hardwire. And we'll show you more of this when we get into the build. Let's go to the speakers. We'll be installing the SQ series, which is the carbon fiber series. Again, you're looking at a 6.5, and then you're also looking at a 5.25 down below. The reason I'm showing you guys these setups is because of the fact we haven't taken the car apart yet, but we wanted to give you the options that we're giving for the customer. The specs call for 6.5s to as low as 5.25. So again, we're just showing you guys the 2 sizes. Either one we're going to be using. We'll be installing 4 speakers total. 1 for the driver, 1 for the passenger, 1 for the rear passenger, and 1 for the rear driver. So again, just wanted to give you the sizes. And then we'll be using a 4 gauge amplifier kit, which comes with pretty much everything for you as well as the customers. 4 gauge, 17 feet of 4 gauge, 17 feet of RCA, 17 feet of remote wire, and so forth and so on. These are awesome. It also comes with 18 feet of speaker wire, Superflex. And of course it comes with an A&L inline fuse holder, 100 amps. We'll be installing, of course, another set of RCAs. Normally we would have a total of 3 RCAs, but in this case we're only installing 2 because of the fact the customer is only going to be running 4 sets of pre-RCA outputs of his head unit, which is perfect, and that's the reason why we're only using a 2-channel amplifier. As you can see, it has 1 set of RCA inputs. Let's get to the distribution block. This is a 0 gauge to 4 gauge out. Again, a 0 gauge input to 2 4 gauge output. We do not carry a 4 gauge input to 2 4 gauge output. This is a distribution block, and it is fused. We do have non-fused blocks that come 4 gauge to 4 gauge out, but that's not what we're trying to do. Of course, we want to fuse everything from amplifiers. That's just what we do. It's precaution, safety. Okay, you guys, as far as the enclosure goes for the Exo subwoofers, we already have a design for him. It's approximately 2.27 cubes, and we'll get more into detail on that as the build goes. The port is going to be 3.25 cubes. 3.25 inches wide. And again, we'll get into more into detail on that on the second video. Really quick, we want to shoot a piece of a sheet of American-based sound deadening. I know we talked about it before, but we cannot emphasize them, This stuff is just phenomenal. It has a back tarring. Again, we don't use a heat gun here, and it works phenomenal. Basically, we'll be cutting this in sections, putting them behind each door, behind the speakers. This is not a budget build. This is just another build that we put together for another customer. So if you guys have any questions, call us or email us at 760-715-2404 or dc.autotronics@gmail.com. Stay tuned.